The Silicon Controlled Rectifier, or an SCR, is a 4-layer semiconductor device with PNPN structure. It has 3 PN junctions and 3 terminals, namely anode, cathode, and gate. It will be used as a controlled switch to perform various functions such as rectification, inversion, regulation of power flow, and is also used in time delay circuits. An SCR can handle currents up to several thousand amperes and voltages up to 1 kilovolts. Like the diode, SCR is an unidirectional device, which means it will conduct current only in one direction. The SCR can also be made to operate as an open circuit switch or as a rectifying diode depending upon how the gate terminal is connected to the supply. Now, let us look at the constructional details of SCR or Silicon Controlled Rectifier. We have 4 layers of PNPN structure. 3 terminals are taken out of this structure. One terminal from the outer p-type material called anode A and second terminal from the outer layer of n-type material called cathode K, and the third from the base of the transistor section called gate G. In the normal operating conditions of SCR, the anode is at positive potential with respect to cathode and gate is at a small positive potential with respect to cathode. This is the structure of SCR or Silicon Controlled Rectifier. Now it's time to look at the working and characteristics of this SCR. This SCR works in 3 modes. They are forward blocking mode, forward conduction mode, and reverse blocking mode. First, let us see the forward blocking mode. When the anode voltage is positive with respect to cathode terminal, the junctions J1 and J3 of SCR are forward biased because positive terminal is connected to p-type and negative terminal is connected to n-type material. But the junction J2 in the middle is reverse biased as the n-type material experiences positive voltage and p-type material experiences negative voltage. So the depletion region will be wider at junction J2. In this mode, a small current flows through the device. This current is known as leakage current. The SCR is now in forward blocking mode or off-state condition. As we can observe from the graph, it is a small and steady current. Now, if we increase the anode to cathode voltage to a high value, the junction J2, which is reverse biased, will break. This is known as avalanche breakdown. The voltage at which this breakdown occurs is known as the forward breakdown voltage VBO. As junction J1 and J3 are already forward biased, the breakdown of junction 2 will increase the movement of charge carriers further in the device. So, a large current starts to flow through SCR suddenly. The device is now in conducting state or on state. We can observe this in the graph as well. There is a sharp spike in the current curve which shows the SCR is in high conduction mode. This is how it works in forward bias mode when we apply the voltage across anode and cathode. In this mode, we have not applied any voltage to the gate terminal, so we can consider this case as an open gate mode. In the second case, that is forward conduction mode, we apply a small positive voltage to the gate terminal along with anode to cathode voltage. The SCR works differently now. In this mode, junction 1 and junction 3 are already forward biased. As we have applied gate voltage, the junction J2 is also forward biased in this case. Now, a small number of electrons from J3 junction will start flowing across the junction J2. This small gate current flowing in the circuit increases the anode current. As the anode current increases, we get more number of electrons at J3 junction. More the number of electrons at junction J3, more will be the anode current. So, it becomes a regenerative loop and the current in the device increases rapidly to a very high value in a short period. The device has gone from a non-conducting mode to a heavily conducting mode in very short time. This is all because of a small voltage applied at the gate terminal. As we see in the graph, when we give a small gate current, the SCR will switch on faster compared to the first case. If we keep on increasing the gate current Ig, the forward conduction occurs faster. Once the SCR starts conducting, the gate loses all the control. Even if the gate voltage is removed, the anode current does not decrease at all. The only way to stop the conduction, that is, to bring back the SCR to off condition, is through reducing the applied voltage across anode and cathode to 0. These are two cases of SCR working in forward bias mode. It can also work in reverse bias mode. When we make the cathode to be positive with respect to anode, we make the junctions J1 and J3 reverse biased. However, the junction J2 in the middle will be forward biased. The gate terminal is open, which means there is no potential applied at the gate. In this mode, a small amount of leakage current flows through the device. As we increase the voltage across the anode and cathode, we reach a state when the junctions J1 and J3 breaks due to an avalanche breakdown. Now, a large amount of current starts flowing in the device. This voltage at which the SCR starts conducting heavily in the reverse bias mode is called the reverse breakdown voltage. As we see in the graph, the SCR goes into conduction mode after a particular voltage. So, an SCR has two states. Either it does not conduct or it conducts heavily. There is no state in between. Therefore, SCR behaves like a switch. This is the detailed working of SCR. To sum up, in this video, we learned the structure of SCR with PNPN and 3 terminals. Then we learned how it works in forward bias mode. We also learned how a small gate voltage can increase current to a very high value. Then we learned about the working of SCR in reverse biased mode. So here we are at the end of module 2, FETs and SCRs. Relearn the topics if you have missed out and master it. Explore our other courses and continue the immersive learning experience with us to learn better and score better. See you in the next course.